back to Total Warhammer 3, Part 13 of our Zhatan the Black Realm of Souls campaign. In this episode, we are continuing where we left off in the Swamps of Sylvania. We've got to get to purging this disgusting menace. Castable has sacked the settlement one more time here. We're a full turn later. Looks like he is close enough where he will be reinforcing Königstein Tower, which gives us a perfect opportunity to eliminate Hans von Waldenhof here. We'll move on in, we'll encircle the settlement, we'll grab our Bale Forest wielding fellow there, get scouting, and then this fight we will go ahead and take to the auto-resolve. Get smacked. Hans's army is crushed. We will go ahead and occupy this now as a outpost. We need a little bit more to our... I guess we really don't. Outpost it is anyway, though. Hans von Waldenhof does get to retreat on away. The undead get to keep some of their soldiers alive, even if they lose. Bit unfortunate. For you, Constable, let's go ahead and keep giving your fervent fodder upgraded there, so our hobgoblins stick in and fight for as long as they can. The skirmish tactics on both of those there, so we can get over to the sundering attacks as fast as we can. For Gordos, we'll just go for the buffs to all of our hobgoblin units. Additional 15% weapon strength, not bad. 32. These guys, these hit like trucks for tier 1 units. Alright then, so we have an option to go after Siegfriedhof, or up here to the north after Fortenhof. I think what we'll do is we'll kind of come up and around. Or do we attack from the other direction? Tough call. I think Betchefin here is good to break now rather than later. I don't know that the undead now have a focal point of military might anymore. So we might just go up and around. Go up this direction. We are going to take some attrition if we aren't able to do some raiding. So let's go into their lands. And we'll do some raiding. Alright, there's Manfred. He will be running at us with a lot of undead. So what we might want to do instead is jump into the camp stance. I will continue to push into his lands. That way we can attack Osterwald or Manfred, either one if we want. Good to me. I think what we'll also do is come on over to Zufbar. We've got one turn before that building comes on in, but we have lots of labor laying around, so let's move some so we can get what we want done. We got here, and that is down into Blackwater. There we go. We will accept the movement of the labor, and then finish off the construction here of the iron mine. Perfect. Gives us a huge increase to our armament output. And then we'll go ahead and upgrade the gun turrets here at Zufbar as well. Make that our next focal point of strength. Karakadran is another good one to upgrade just before we have the Slayer Shrine. Death Blow for all our Infernal Guard. You know, it may be a better option to go for that then. So instead of upgrading Zufbar, we could go for Karakadran. Issue being we can't quite afford it because we have the smokestacks instead of the other. So let's switch over to the Masterful Architects. And instead of upgrading Zufbar down there in the south, we'll just go for the Tribute Shrine and the Tower Roads here in Karakadran. Don't quite have enough labor to take care of another strip mine, so maybe we go for the Watchtower. Make sure we know it's coming up from the north and keep the control fully under handles. Before we do so, though, it's Arena doing some trespassing. Very brave of you. I really do want to put in another Mega Mortar. Not really useful, but it will let us attack the Kistlight cities. Hopefully you can sneak past Grimgor. He doesn't just farm our convoy here. We'll soon see. Speaking of convoys to farm, there is one hanging out right outside of Kislev. We can come on over and attack. But hello, Yutang. Decisive victory. Yeah, we'll give this one to the auto-resolve as well. We'll pass out the Banner of Eternal Flames. We get even more damage there. Give that to these Hobgoblin Raiders. Awesome. Kept them from dying as much. And we'll go ahead and transport those captives back. We need all that we can get. He has a huge chunk of gold. Switch back to the camp stance so we can replenish what we lost there. We'll help defend Zharr-Naggrund for the time. Let's have you do some stealing of that technology. Oh, a critical failure. Trips and falls. Alright, well that is terrible. Big Mac, let's have you come on around and try to wound Kraka then. Try to assassinate first, and then we'll just try to assault those units. If we can't do it in time, we'll just have him join the army. Alright, let's go for the Tyrant. And a Survivalist. Goodness. We have enough labor now to pass any back safely. Surprisingly, no. We do hit in the Peak Pass. We'll do that there. And at the World's Edge Mountains as well. We just sent those guys over there for a certain building. No, we didn't. Okay. Peak Pass just has a lot of extra guys laying around. Silver Road, we could go for... Can't really rush construction there, but we could upgrade the Money Pit. Make sure we got more gold flowing around. I won't upgrade the actual towns themselves just yet. Tower of Gorgoth is also fairly safe here in the center of our empire. Tower of Grief, we could take it to the 3rd tier. Cost a lot of gold. And over at the Silver Pinnacle, we could just go ahead and throw in that Mega Mortar. Or perhaps instead go for more research rate on the Kadai building. The Demon Smithy. Let's go for the Demon Smithy. I like the research rate option. We do have the upgrade to the manufacturing complex coming in 7 more turns, and then we'll finally be able to get some Dreadquake mortars, besides the ROR unit, which is about to be joining Zhatan's army. Oh, we pushed him a little bit too far forward. Okay, well, turns out no, it won't be joining Zhatan's army. We'll have to wait, which is fine. We get another convoy up and running. Now everyone is running at max capacity. We've got 1 more turn until his is complete, though. A lot of labor coming on in. Where can we use our gold besides Legbiter, Kraka, or Grimgor? This gives us the most allegiance points, so we'll hunt him down first. Rush Shroud and Kraka and Grimgor both give 17, so we'll go for just a double down on that one. There we go. Oh, wait a second, what just happened? There we go. Mission accepted. Okay, then let's throw in some more gold at a Nashrak's lair. Is this in any kind of danger? Not at the moment. Unless she sends an army down through the north there, we're pretty safe. Karakadrin could use... We're pretty good. Let's go for... Grab some walls over here at Koenigsegg Tower. Or just the extra money pit. Go for the money pit. And then we can upgrade it. Let's go for the extra walls here at Grimfang. It's gonna be a lot of gold, but this is one of our most profitable settlements here, and I really don't want to lose it in any, or really become under any threat. It's pretty safe, though, at the moment, so sitting gold there is not my favorite. We may just go ahead and save. Or just upgrade the walls here at Karakadren. Let's go for that. Keep things nice and protected. That's the commandments. Over here at Sylvania, we'll go for the Masterful Architects there. Over on the other side with the one that actually has our refinery buildings. Let's go ahead and throw in the higher quotas for the better refinery. Looks good to me. Run back down and end the turn. Alright, Grimgor does end up attacking the Warhost convoy there, but looks like he is being slain by the Auto-Resolve. You poor fool. I'm not fighting Grimgor with this small army here and trying to rely on the AI. The AI it'd let me down for sure. Let's go ahead and do some replenishment, even though it's really not all that great. Didn't really look like 7% to me. Perhaps this hide is not as durable as it originally thought. Indeed. I think we actually have plenty of movement to walk back in and grab the Dreadquake. Let's make sure we do. What costs less movement? 82%. Just barely into Waldenhof. Now we'll grab the Dreadquake. There we go. Old Dreadquake train. Okay, the Gauntlets of Basrak the Cruel. More hit points, more physical resistance, and then the Expert Charge Defense. That's pretty solid. Let's go get into a fight with Manfred.
Insolence.
You've got a lot back there, but I've got a Dreadquake Mortar. Gives us a decisive victory. Oh, that's what I eat. Is Manfred on his dragon? Looks to be. 4,800. Flying, yeah, that's probably on the dragon. You have a lot of nonsense there, but I have a Dreadquake Mortar and a whole bunch of artillery and the scariest Mosukras in the Warhost of Zharr. Alright then. Take a quick look at our map. If it's in the city, we have an even better chance. Oh, man. You poor, poor fool. Alright. And these magical axes will pretty easily rip and tear through all of their deadliest units with those Cairn Wraiths, so I am incredibly excited. Yeah, we're gonna move in through this position here, allowing our Dreadquake to fire up and on top of this position here when anyone who wants to hide in there won't be safe. Mortar has all the range. Same thing with the fire rocket here. And the two magma cannons. It'd be a little bit harder for them to find good shots. Perhaps we bring them to another portion of the map. This is pretty well defended against cannons. Pretty well defended against cannons. We may have to move them up on this flank here. For now, we'll kind of keep them on the hill. They should be able to fire up and in. Fairly unimpeded. Ravagers, we'll send them on that side. Archers behind. Two blunderbuss units. Holding the side flanks. Perfect. Fertile Guard. The boys, and then the Iron Sworn up front. Awesome, okay. So, missiles. Infantry. We'll have the Kadai moving up with them. The Doom Train, we can kind of sit it around the side if we want to. We have Zhatan hunt down the individual towers. Same thing with our mage here, is on the ground a little bit, unfortunately. And weaken them for all the fire damage. Alright, so all of the artillery pieces. You two on guard mode. You as well. All of the single entity monsters. I kind of want the Doom Train on this side in with the artillery pieces, so the ROR unit, but the other one being as a single entity. Helps me keep track of them a little bit better. That'll begin. Push everyone forward. We actually can fire on the enemy there. Zhatan, move up. You rip some shots into these Hex Wraiths. You guys push yourselves forward as well. Send the train up front a little bit there. Alright, die. Let's get you moving up. We have any towers set up right now. That one's about to come in, so it's just kind of fly over the top here. They don't really have much, and we are so much faster than them that I'm happy to pull one away if they try anything. We'll move in slow and steady. Tear apart any of the units we can. Do amazing shots from the fire there. Continue pushing the missile troops forward. Hold that flank there. You two can kind of come on in. Stop anyone from rushing them down. And we'll send everyone else around. So take the long way if you got to, but all the way around the outside. They're just doing what they can to wiggle around and be annoying. Let's blow up some zombies then. Bigger unit of them over here. See any towers going in? There's one here, one here. Dreadquake splashes down once more. Make sure it's getting some good shots. It's fire in the middle of this group here. We've wasted several ammunition. Die, push on forward and eliminate this corpse cart. Really good shots. Let's go ahead and pull on away. Give yourselves the Armor of Contempt there, though. One forward, drop down some magic right on their heads. If they want to charge in on that, they'll take all the free damage for it. Alright, Zhatan, bring down this tower. Ouch, magic hurts, doesn't it? Try and do that damage. And you can just ignore them. Go after that corpse cart instead. Bring yourself inside. Also after that corpse cart. You know what, let's just kill it. That's fine. We've got some magic resistance. Waste your spirit leeches. Go ahead and blast into this group of skeleton spearmen here who aren't moving. We can just keep sending the Kadai Destroyer forward, eliminating individual units there. You go after the corpse cart, please. It's in just a weird spot. There we go. Diving on into battle there. Try to push it through, that way the train doesn't do as much damage to it when it's firing. Right, it's torn that tower down. Perfect. Let's go ahead and hit the next one. Well, never mind. It's a little bit further away. One over with some of your abilities then. Help out with this corpse cart. Anyone wants to move forward, we can get torn to shreds by our archers. Have you guys, so shotguns and these two archers. Shotguns take the bottom of the hill there. Archers move up to cover. You stand up front. Please and thank you. Everyone else, start moving your way in, pulling down these positions. Shotguns, we will capture that point before too long here, but let's bring the shotguns up to keep these bats away from our train. Zhatan can go ahead and give himself the armor because he won the heroic killing blow, just so we can rip through them a little bit faster. So you go ahead and pull away from the train there. Peppa Flingers, go ahead and launch some arrows. Casting a damage spells on different targets now instead. Let's move up and try to get some damage on those Cairn Wraiths. Magma Cannons can even fire on anyone. See if you can get some shots on those Cairn Wraiths back there. I'll be great. You go ahead and start firing on these zombos. Load them right up. Have the Bull Centaur come on back. We want to keep our summons safe just for a little bit longer there. Get the dangerous units ahead. But up and bring down this target here. Lots of guys in the next little square, if you will. Bring the Infernal Guard in. We should capture this point, and then they should be happy with going through that direction there. Move up to about here. You have to worry about the casting of the spells there. Move you guys up the hill. Both of these archers follow in behind. Another good shot. We've captured the point. Perfect. Move them forward into these Black Knights. Zhatan should be pretty quickly bringing down this tower here. You move up and start throwing those grenades at those Grave Guard. Main train, we're going to send you up north. On up. Blunderbusses, go ahead and hold this flank here. Right, now we summon the Kadai in. And then we'll drop down the Breath of Hatred on all of them. Hatred it is. Armor of Contempt as well. Perfect. Zhatan looks like we can go after Manfred, see about how much damage we can get on him. We'll drop down the Sadistic Snare and others. These guys are about to chuck their grenades, do that damage. You'll charge it over their heads to give them some cover. That was pretty good damage, even with them trying to flee. Keep cutting them down. You move in on the Vargolf there. Yeah, move to defend your lord. See what happens to you. Drop down the Shadow Spell. Heroic Killing Blow, Armor of Gazul, Sadistic Snare. Beat him down. Melee attack and defense as well, so every single hit is going to connect. Chuck the grenades at who you can, and we'll just go ahead and pull them away once the Vargul's get a little bit too close. One more hit. You know what? Let's just leave him in. He's doing just fine there. Redquake's doing his maximum damage. Go ahead and move you up. Start blasting away at some of these Graveguard on the other side here. Right, we've got to capture this position, so we'll have you, Choo-Choo Train of Death, moving on forward. And you just kind of back this group down. Hold this hallway here. You guys move up and deal with them as well. Get these explosives into combat. Looks like we're starting to lose our Bull Centaur here. Having a little bit of trouble. Pull him on away from those spearmen then. Zhatan, you're fighting just fine. Drop down some Withering on Manfred here. And we are receiving a call from the lady once more here, so I will be right back. Let's give it a pause. Alright, back to it. Hopefully that's not too disruptive. Let's get back to the battle. Zhatan is easily handling Manfred back here in the back. Let's get back over to where the guns need to be firing on this group here. You start shooting as well. Drop down the Guinness Golden Hounds, just kind of keep them backing off their feet. Hobgoblins, let's go ahead and rotate ever so slightly. Shotguns, take up position, please. Fire, those Kyramids should disintegrate pretty quickly. You should survive that. Bring them on back. There's shots in where you can. Excellent hit. Looks like the Bull Centaur's having a little bit of trouble. Let's go ahead and drop down the Breath of Hatred. Everyone here. Those explosives thrown. Summon in some more Kadai as well. Just keep him safe. Let's go for Armor of Contempt on all these guys here. Looks like they're having some trouble. Fight on through. Zhatan is handling their boss there. Bull Centaur Renders are having a little bit of trouble. Let's bring them on around. Keep them in combat though, that way they actually can hold in. Love to see it. Go ahead and go for our Sorcerer. Drop down some Searing Doom. Nuke Launcher, go ahead and fire on the back group here. Tear these guys to pieces. You guys fire on around. Let's keep them in and claim this position here. Charge in to eliminate. You go after this Necromancer. This combined force should easily bring down the Vargulf. Portal Guard aren't scared. Hold on, Zhatan. Let's go ahead and crash in. Let's give these Vargeists here some weakened melee attack. Crash in from the ceiling. Been good and weakened. Looks like the leadership's broken and Manfred's squad is no more. Alright, a decisive victory. We ended up losing 81. A lot of the damage going to our Bull Centaur Taruk there. Lots of damage going down for our Deathshrieker rocket, but the Demon's Tongue didn't get that many kills. Did lots of good slowing lives down and keeping them away from the fight, but yeah, didn't all get all that many kills, to be honest. Take the win though, and we will quickly sack the settlement. Boom, this Slaker. One of the worst defeat traits, I believe. Well, it is actually going to help out in this one instance because we won't take quite as much attrition, so we'll turn around and claim this settlement. We can just grab it now. Not quite. Well, sad. Right, you come on out and do some stealing of technology then with our ill-gotten gains. Or fail again. Yes, there's always that. We'll give you the extra points into scouting. So 2 points into scouting and then 1 into metal shifting there. Lord Shax, who didn't do the best in battle, we'll go ahead and give you Seeing Red for that extra melee attack and weapon strength, and then we'll come on down to maximize training. Doing alright for himself. We could have gone for the Temple Guardian, but I want him to be an absolute murderer in combat. He is Lord Shax, after all. Alright, Zhatan. What is it time to go for feud? Have we finally gotten over to Unbridled Cruelty? Not quite yet. Let's go for Alert then, to keep us from being ambushed. Heavy question mark. Recruitment cost reduction is nice too. I'll do Unbridled Cruelty, dropping our upkeep, giving us more movement and our replenishment. Awesome. Quite make it? No. Not some nonsense. That's fine. Let's go ahead and plan out how we're going to set up our next couple provinces here. I think instead of what we have currently for Sylvania with these guys being outposts, we're going to switch them over to being factories, which shouldn't cost us any materials. We'll go ahead and do that right now. Going to lose a bit of income, but I don't mind. Then we'll push Castable here further into their lands, trying to catch Waldenhof off foot. We'll have to take some attrition if we're not careful. So let's jump into the underway stance. Army not quite strong enough to bring down the lads. Let's jump. Where can you go? Jump to here. Let's see what they plan after that. I'm happy to fight the entirety of the Empire as well. Bring it on there, Wartbad. Or we can go for the upgrade on, or start right up here in the north, which is what we will go for right away. We have plenty. Don't really want to use it on that stuff at the moment, though. Let's go ahead and add in the additional strip mine. Increase our labor requirements, but I think we'll be fine. We can move some guys around if we need to. Pretty easily get sorted out. This is over in Peak Pass. Take 100 of the guys from Blackwater then, and send them up to Peak Pass. Boink. There you go. 200 gold spent, and now the labor issues for next turn are sorted out. Over in the north there. Isithris, I'd love to send you after the weaker army, the Gut Shroud Legbiter, while Gorth kind of hangs out up here. Go ahead and jump into Under Empire and take this position here. We'll have Big Mac, and they'll just be able to replenish up. So let's come on over and join the army. Prepare thine cheeks. Big Mac, do you have any weapons or anything? He's got the Giant Blade and a Potion of Healing. That's actually not bad at all. Given the Gauntlets of Bezrek, more hit points and unit mass, let's go for that. Big, thick boy. We'll give him the Obsidian Lodestone. Combine these two potions of healing to try to get something a little bit better. Grab a Scroll of Leeching, which, that's pretty meh. Steals magic with the eye, gets so many bonuses to that, it doesn't really matter. Let's combine these two, see about getting something a little bit better. Please be Chaos Dwarf related. That's not, but Armor of Fortune sounds fine. Keep Big Mac nice and protected. Excellent. Get one more military convoy here. I think we do. You have to pay for another one, though. Covert or Kadai Domination. Oh, he has a destroyer. A sold? Don't even have to ask. Let's go ahead and actually send off some of our armaments here, just for a huge buff to something. You could only send up 440. Grab a huge grip of either gold or labor. 1,000 labor up here is amazing. Let's send them all the way up to the Powers of Ruin. Bunch of dangerous path along the way, but I think we'll be fine. Sweet. Send the Kadai out. I'm not afeared. Alright. Go ahead and send some of this workforce back to Zharr-Naggrund. Want to get up to 600 Conclave influence as fast as we can, so send everything off that we can. They just ruin. Peak Pass is where we have to keep the guys extra at, so keep that in mind. Send them. Not Peak Pass, no matter what. Almost to 300. Not bad. Okay. Upgrade the defenses at Zufbar. Nothing there at the Blasted Wastes except for wait for the items to be finished there. Those are both being converted into something a little bit better. We could go ahead and rush the construction on Castle Drakenhof. Let's go ahead and do that. Can't quite afford the Goldsmith's Hall, but that allows us to get that done. Post haste. Let's go ahead and throw in the extra donation barrel. We'll use the Mega Mortar as the defenses. Be very, very bold and aggressive with it. Hopefully one of our... Whoa. Alright then. Hopefully one of our rivals here claims a tower seat soon, so we can just go ahead and grab Drazaweth as soon as we can. We'll have to go ahead and slot on the Defeat Recruited Legendary Lords mod, just in case they do get killed. That way I think they come on back. Otherwise, we will not have the immortal trait on any of the lords we claim from them. Set those skill points then, and we'll keep moving. Let's go for the Inspiring Presence. Got more skills to pass out too. We've got cargo capacity, better scales, and then Wayfinders. Okay, that battle against Grimgor was awesome for us. You know, we've got more than enough labor over here, so we'll go ahead and upgrade the mineshaft here as well. Awesome. Increase our capacity for blunderbusses. Those guys are pretty awesome. Hold off, though. Just for now. Back over to Zhatan, and we end the turn. Well, hello, evil Santa. He would like us to join his war against Kislev. Here's the problem. She is sitting right outside and recruiting up some forces, so I'm going to ignore that for now. We'll kind of deal all of our damage we can to the Empire, and then we'll turn and start attacking Kislev. Got lots of armies. He's actually struggling quite a bit. Valkia is not being any help whatsoever either. Not today. Ooh, the best trade deal. A wealthy Chaos Dwarf wearing a golden hat, yes really, comes to us offering, so he claims, one of the best trade deals in the history of trade deals. Can there really be something in it? Or is he simply a Wazak trying his luck, and quite frankly risking his life? We could take the weapons and lose some influence, the oil and lose some gold, and lose some armaments, or the laborers and take it to our raw materials. I think we want just the gold. 5,000 gold's a lot. Snag that in for now. The engineers and artificers of the Chaos Dwarf armies collaborate their really big guns in their arsenal for improved range. Will calibrate the really big guns in their arsenal for improved range and accuracy. Rural engineer. That's gonna be awesome. We need to get these guys upgraded as soon as we can. A lot of them already are in the proper rank. They have the Infernal Engineer perk. Extra reload skill sounds as devastating as possible. Send you over here to try to steal some technology from Ostermark, or Osterwald. And you fail once more. Lucky that Vader isn't around. You would be history. We'll go ahead and auto-resolve this one once more here, take no damage, thankfully. And we'll go ahead and occupy this as a factory. Gives it a little bit better defenses. Zhatan is now a seasoned campaigner, so he can move around a lot further and has some awesome bit of perfect vigor. Cool. I think we want to grab the Hellforged Legion for one of our other squads here. I think you deserve it. We've got 5 archers, 3 cutthroats. Let's go ahead and get rid of one of the cutthroat teams. Funnily enough, the Chaos Dwarf Warriors are not quite as strong. They have a lot more armor, though, so that's where they shine. We don't really need this Demon Smith in this army, if we're being honest. But he is riding around on a Bale Taurus, so it'd be a bit foolish to get rid of him. Let's maybe instead send one of the Castellans up to join Zhatan. I don't really know who I would remove, though. Probably these Infernal Guard great weapons. Just one more of the Hobgoblin Archer teams, because we don't really need them. We've got such better units now. And for now, we'll kind of leave things as they are. I will kick out one of these Hobgoblin Cutthroats. And we'll add in the Iceforged Legion there. Sweet. Alright, and this guy is going to do some recruiting. That's real annoying. So what we'll do is jump into ambush. Do we take attrition? Gross. Don't want him to know we're here. I'd like to come on over and face this guy. Can we reach them? No. He'll just flee. I actually think this army could probably deal with our garrison. That's why I'm not really looking to turn around and run. That's some nasty forces here. Let's be brave, though. We'll come on over and just attack Siegfriedhof. Let's scoot a little bit forward so we know who's there. Alright, doesn't look like there's anyone there. Trespass right across, and we'll attack. This is very dangerous. So what we're going to do is go ahead and actually fight this battle to minimize casualties. That way, if the Empire does attack us back, we shouldn't have too much trouble facing them, even if with all of those armies. Let's get to it. All right. Looks like we've got a nice killing fields. We'll start the deployment, and we will set up our artillery pieces on the back of this hillside here. All of the archers ready to take full advantage of a said hillside. Up on either side here, we'll have some dwarf warriors holding this pass so nothing can come on through. Castellan up on the hill. Maybe we don't even need the Castellan up on the hill. We'll do the mage flying around instead. Castellan can be up front here, defending, make sure no one gets into our archers themselves. Go ahead and have the Chaos Dwarf warriors up front. Cutthroats we're working with here. All three. Put the cutthroats behind for when the bats try to go over the top. Works out just fine. The bats will definitely attempt to fly over the top. Thor does around on the side with his raiders. It's a bull of death. Infantry and all the single entities. Source of profit will stick you up front as well. It's awesome. That'll begin. You guys can literally just fire at whoever you want. Go ahead and give the boom there. Go ahead and blast apart these Graveguard. Iceforge Legion. I just won't even give you a target to start. We'll just watch. Enjoy. Well, that unit is gone in a single volley. Love to see it. Start blasting apart these other skeleton warriors then. Their lord is already crumbling away. Start picking some other shots. You zoom on forward. You guys move up as well. Go ahead and take you off of just jump into melee mode. So the balefire shot at those bats that are in your way. Go ahead and launch some of that down their direction. Thunder blast shells as well. Just all the damage. If we really need it. Now we're pretty good. We'll give yourself the extra melee reflection. 4 does. Let's come on around. Jump into the center here. We can drop down the cutthroats on those spearmen. Just as those doggos charge in, cut them down. You good sir. We'll go ahead and launch the burning head up this hill. No one has made it into combat yet. Anywhere near the boys. They need stamina, don't work. Let's go ahead and drop in the cutthroats. 3, 2, 1, and then crooked dice. Oh, I didn't do it in time. Crooked dice first, and then cutthroats. Come on down and do your thing. Oh, cannon, blast away. Bats are getting bullied. They're starting to make it into range now. You up forward. You guys come on around and help out. Cutthroats are getting torn to shreds by our own cannons there. Shrieks of terror. Go ahead and set up. Try to launch another burning head. We'll go ahead and send it. I lied. Piercing bolts of burning instead. All of our archers come up here and deal with these guys. No reason to actually move up. Just kind of hold the position. Oh, we missed. How sad. There, that should break them. There we go. Minimize casualties as much as we can. That's right. There's the victory. Alright, we'll take that victory with only 3 loss and not much damage to any of our units. Awesome. We will go ahead and sack it for a little bit of labor, but let's go ahead and occupy this straight up as a factory. Become a seasoned campaigner for you as well. That's awesome. Grab an earthing rod. Then we can go ahead and put in the walls right away. And I will go ahead and send some labor over this direction. We're going to delete the ash level. We're set at tier 2. That's not bad at all. Go for that last point into fervent fodder. Without milking over his molten cores, it'll help out a lot at sniping out the individual lords for the Empire that are coming on our way. You good sir. Probably not a bad idea to go for the headdress of Zharr now to get him a little bit of missile resistance. Since he is flying around, he's a pretty big target up there. We're about to fight a whole bunch of guys with crossbows and rifles. A bunch of arrows there. Oh, those are pitiful armies.
By the comet.
That one's a little bit stronger there with Talabheim, but the others are weak. Let's go ahead and get in some factory guardhouses kind of across the board here. Except for Waldenhof. Waldenhof is fairly safe, so let's go ahead and throw in the armament gunsmith line. Drakenhof, we definitely want the goldsmith's hall. And then we'll go ahead and upgrade the tower roads as well. Upgrade the settlement at Waldenhof. Thank you, please. Grab the labor that we need and put in the extra defenses at Siegfriedhof. We need, how much? 90. We can do it. I don't even know where we're at. Is that Ostermark? Stirland. Okay. Stirland. Take 100 from here. Add 100 to Stirland. And accept. Cost 200, no problem. That's the rest of our gold. And then we go ahead and rush that construction. Fixing up the garrison. Well, kind of. We have one more Dwarf Warriors and a couple more orcs that are ready to go. So as long as they don't attack next turn, we should be easily fine.
Zhatan the Black.
Goat pastures. Recruitment cost for Lamassu, Great Taurus, and Bale Tauruses in the province. Or faction-wide up to the goat farm. Okay, that's not bad. Could be better, but it's not bad. Alright, Sisythris. Looks like they could jump in the underways to help their allies as well. We have to keep that in mind. But instead, let's go ahead and jump into an ambush. It's a pretty good chance to actually succeed there. And to try to jump them while they're not paying attention. Maybe a good idea to start heading up now towards the hotter furnaces. Got the weapons of war, so our artillery is as nasty as possible. Sorcery, what can this give us? Ruinous negotiations, so extra diplomatic relations with the Warriors of Chaos, Beastmen, and Norska. This actually may be a good idea. These would be pretty nice, too. Let's go for the Ruinous negotiations, make sure we don't have any trouble with the Warriors of Chaos at all. Make sure they're all firmly on our side. Don't have a lot of labor to pass out. We would be in a deficit if we did. We can over here. Just fine. And honestly, we could kind of move them around if we had the gold and send some others back, but we don't have the money to do so. And you stay here in ambush. Skip through everything else. They're making it. 2 more turns here, 4 and then 10. Okay, and then we'll just take one more look at the drill. We're closing in on the major relic of Grungni. Who do we have to fight? Oh, it's just an actual battle. The ancestor relic of Grungni. Let's get Zhatan moving on over here. We probably want to switch his place with Castable. We just need to make sure the undead are crumped, and Ostermark is completely dealt with. A raiding expedition. The Conclave has decided that one of our senior commanders must lead an expedition to replenish our supply of laborers. Ideally, greenskins suit us best, for they are cowardly in the extreme. So stupid, they're easily dominated by their superior Dawi will. Where should we send this expedition so it's most fruitful? Okay, these are awesome. So for the north gives us more fighting against demons. Probably not a good idea. South, help us fight against the Skaven. East for greenskins, which we are only really fighting Oh, Ogre Kingdoms and Greenscans. And then West gives us more Dwarves and more Conclave influence. Let's go for West. Send them to snatch up some Dwarven cousins. They've claimed a Tower of Zharr seat. Hopefully it's the one we need. That's a little bit rude, buddy. We need you to claim this seat so I can confederate with Drazhawith. Work with me here. Notice that Drazhawith hasn't put down a seat in a long time. Alright, here's what we'll do. We do have to worry about these guys declaring on us, so we won't build anything in Siegfriedhof. But I do want Castable to switch places with Zhatan so we can come and deal with this major relic battle here. So, in order to do so, and we kind of have to jump up here and do some damage to Gershlev or come on over to Osterwald. You can steal some tech real quick. Finally succeeded. Well done there, lad. Let's have Castable come on to the north, although he is now going after our settlement. Cease indeed. We'll take the attrition. Deal with this army. Force them to recruit another lord if they want one. Go ahead and give this one an auto-resolve. Hopefully it'll be nice. Nothing in the battle. And we will go ahead and take the ransom captives. A little bit of gold. Take some attrition, but that's fine. Men in the north would have to do the same. Or they could come after Siegfriedhof, and they'd actually probably win that battle, but we'll see if they try it. Zhatan. Yeah, we have to be a little bit brave, so we're going to come on through in the under-Empire stance. Can't move very far at all, can we? Jump into March, take a bit of attrition, but I think it'll be worth it. The Empire is not the Skaven, and they have no way to ambush us while in March stance. In Fortenhof, I think I'm going to go ahead and throw in the extra walls there. We'll do the same kind of thing where we use the labor to finish off the construction. We won't take it to tier 2 though, because that'd be a bit foolish. You, sir, will give the extra point in to get us. But upgrade Drakenhof as well, which would probably be a decent idea. Any of our other settlements in pretty good condition though. Archidran is going on up. Those of Grungni can be upgraded to at least off of tier 1. Or we can go ahead and max out our treasure haul. Only increase it by another 150. Let's see here. Taking the Silver Pinnacle up to another Tower of Hashut would be quite amazing, but I think we want to go ahead and upgrade either Zufbar or Sylvania down here at Castle Drakenhof. Let's go for Drakenhof. And a little bit more. I don't think we have enough to really do much else. Keeping Drakenhof safe is going to be really useful. We'll go ahead and throw in the armament producers over here with the Oakenhammer province as well. Friedhof. We can go ahead and upgrade the factory walls here. I think we wouldn't have a lot of chance to defend it. You're in friendly territory. Could we throw in any useful units there? Doesn't look like it. You go for allied recruitment and give him a Bale Taurus. Yeah, we'll do that. You deserve a Taurus. Go ahead and kick out one of these orc laborers. See ya, buddy. And the Bale Taurus added to the army 2 turns later. A little bit more of a punch against Grimgor's forces. Give you those piercing shots, and then we'll give him the Hellforged bolts as well. I don't really like the Infernal Slugs as much, those explosive bolts. They're alright. They just don't quite seem to do as much damage as they should to kind of counteract the loss of the range and the damage as well. They do seem to have a lot more damage in single target mode. Sort of upgrading the overall smaller settlements there then. One more turn until the Kneecap Surgeon's done with his trip. No one messes with our envoys. Not at all. Alright then, one more turn. The Hobgoblin Tribute has been encountered. eager tribe of Happering hobgoblins have appeared, and we shall recruit them. We need some more archers in that squad. Kneecap Surgeon has gained 973 labor. You'll love to see it. We'll gain a little bit more here by hitting Betchefin. We should be able to beat them with a decisive auto-resolve here, so we'll take the town. Lose a little bit of our hobgoblins there. We occupy you at just tier 1 as a tower. The reason we do this is so I can put another one of these in to help us with our engagements with Kislev. Kislev should border Betchefin, so we can actually fire the Mega Mortar right over the walls there. Let's go for the upgrade to the patrol routes and the donation barrel, and then we'll take it up a single tier, put in the walls, and kind of leave it as is. Give you another point to seeing red, up to 621 weapon strength, already doing better than most of the human lords. Well done, sir. Helmut would like to die. Same thing with Albrecht. We have to do lots of defending. You jump into not underway but march. Get into Waldenhof. We'll upgrade Konigstein Tower as well. The tribute collectors down here in the south. And Curse Nurgle, we were ambushed by another sneeze there on the outro, but with that, I'm out of time for today. I've been Space was in Total War. Remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub though, and I will see you on the next one.